Hey guys, thank you for Studios. In today's 000webhost.com tutorial, I'm going to show you the basics of how to create, export and import into a database. The export is probably required if you cannot download a backup from the backup area if the database is too big. First of all, there's a message here, as you can see, planned network upgrade. So at the moment that is tomorrow, that's Saturday, so we won't have it. Hopefully this won't affect our video at the moment. But they do, when they need to do a network upgrade, they do tell you, hopefully, once they've replaced this component, there shouldn't be any problems again. So we're going to scroll down here. First of all, you want to go to Software and Services, you want to go MySQL, and obviously this is where the creating comes in. You want to choose your database name. Just for this, we're going to use data 1, and then you want to choose the username. I don't recommend using root, because if someone gets that, root is a default username for things like localhost. Obviously, in this you cannot use localhost. You have to use MySQL 17.000webhost.com. So we're going to choose a name. We're going to use data there, and we're going to use password. For this, I'm just going to choose a quick password, which you won't actually matter anyway. So we're going to go create account, or create database. I'll have all the details here, which if you're doing PHP, you could copy this script into a connect, and it will work fine. I recommend using a define instead of a MySQL underscore host, but there's a different people do different things. So once we want to go back to control panel, it may take up to a minute for the my PHP, PHP my admin. Once I get the name right, it's the one next to MySQL. So you want to click on here, and it will have there's some info about this. It's an open source tool to reading and blah blah blah. Oh, sorry, I've gone and slipped onto the create database page there somewhere. There's a link on there somewhere. So we have the info about it, we have the database name and the database username, not your password. You have to remember that. Obviously you can change it down here, but you can't get it to send you the password, so you've got to remember it, even to change it. Although you may be able to, you can change it straight out, so that's right. So you want to go enter PHP my admin here. The version they use is somewhat locked down compared to a version if you're using a localhost server on your own machine. So for example, this one currently has no database found, which no tables found, which in a second I'm just going to show you how to do. If you click the home button here, which will load up all the things, it doesn't do anything. It's locked down, as I said. So we want to go back here. We're going to go import, and you want to obviously choose your file. The recommended file that it should be will be .sql. So we're going to go database. We're going to go desktop, and we're going to find a .sql file I have lying around. That one will do. Data1.sql. The sizes are always pretty small because it's only a database, and it'll just load up some. It'll try and preview the things in there. So we're going to go open. It'll do that. And we'll leave this. You don't need to change anything on there. You shouldn't need to change anything on these two boxes here. So we're going to go, and it should say imported successful and 19 queries excluded, and it'll have that one, and it'll have every. Once you've done that, why would you need to export for the next thing? The export would cause, if you went back here and you went on to backups, and you click generate new backup, and it couldn't generate the database backup. Let's say it was bigger than, I think I messaged the other day on forum, which is bigger than 50 meg, which is unusual unless your database is huge. I mean, I've got a pretty big database running on my local host, and it's, I've got a couple of thousand rows in it or something, and it's not really that big. Databases are hard to get big, to be honest, because they're just text normally, unless you're storing images in them, which is a bit different. So you want to go export up here. You want to choose, obviously you can choose it as a PDF, open document. There's an older document, but if you want to use this on another server, you just want to go MySQL. I believe this is on newer versions of this. It's a lot easier and a lot more compact. Sorry, if you wanted to export one of them, you click on the one database you're on, and then table, and then export on that one. But if you want to export all of them, you want to make sure you click on that bit up there, go export. I think the arrows are the wrong way around in my opinion. They always have been, and it will have select or unselect. You still here, you can unselect them, select all, and then it will give you the selected file type again, which is MySQL .sql. We can leave these. I recommend leaving these on if you know what you're doing. You can add things like that, add statements into them. But if you're just using a base database, down here it'll have like that. Save file as, and you don't need to do that. You can save it as a non-compressed gzip to bzip, but you don't need to do so. We're just going to go here, and hopefully it should. There we are, and it will boom. It's not actually done what I wanted to do, which is amusing. So we're going to go back here. We're going to go export, and we're going to go file, save file as, and go. There we go. You need to. Sorry, I forgot that. You need to click save file as. If you don't click save file as, it will do as it did before. So I'm going to go to cancel that because I've already got it down. But if you untick save file as and do that, it will load it up as load up an iframe here with the content in it. So as you can see, all the rows here. Justin Bieber, oh lol, it's a very YouTube thing I'm working on. So you've got all the rows, all the crates. So if you wanted to save it onto your desktop, obviously you can copy this into a file, or you can just go save as. I'll show you that again, just to you want to go save file as. On newer versions, you don't have to do that. It's a bit different layout. So if I open up, just to show you might find this helpful, you might not. If you're using a new version, hopefully one day they will update to a newer version. I'm not running the latest version, but it is a newer one, and I'm sorry, it is slow. So they're running version 2.11.4, and we're running 3.5.1. So the same thing, we go on that database there. Sorry, I have the database default screen. We go export, and it's a lot cleaner. See, it gives you custom version and the quick version, which they really need to add in an old version because it makes it so much easier for users who don't know what they're doing, or just beginners. So that's how to do it in a new version and an old version. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you around in the next tutorial.